Welcome back, Camden Catholic. Oh, man, a long day, hasn't it? But it's not that big of a deal. We'll be able to figure this bad boy out. But what I wanted to do is just kind of flip some stuff going forward so you get a better idea of like why early exploration happened, what it is going forward, and kind of like its motivations to continue on, right? So we started off talking about the inventions today in class. We said that most of these things were actually developed after trade with the Arabs and the Italians, and the big inventions that were necessary for the Europeans to be able to explore was like cartography, which is the science of map making, compasses, which is actually an idea perfected from the Arabs, and then triangular-shaped sails that actually allowed Europeans to sail into the wind, right? Very, very, very important stuff. So going forward, though, of course, the motivations behind exploration were mainly just the fact that life expectancy is up, and if people are living for a longer amount of time, that means the demand for goods in Europe is also going up as well. And what's the number one thing that everyone wanted? Write this down. Spices. That was the number one product, right? Everybody wanted to get a hold of some of these spices that were coming from the Asian area, right? So write that down as well really quick. Even though for my first and second period today, go ahead and just put spices from Asia, somewhere near there. So spices typically were coming from either the Spice Islands outside of Malaysia, which were called the Moluccas Islands, or India, okay? So they actually had to find a way to get over there. Well, spices, they aren't just for flavoring your food, right? They're actually most valued items due to the fact that they preserved food as well. They flavor meat, they flavor your food, they actually make medicine, and they were also used to make luxury items like perfume. We talked about this in second period today. Old Spice, actually, Chris Conte, right? Go home, you check your Old Spice container so you can see what I'm talking about. Old Spice was actually, their logo is a spice trading vessel, right? So spices were used to make things like perfume, right? Spices were very, very expensive, very, very big product items back in the day. But the thing about it is Arab and Italian traders controlled the market for a long time. And it's mostly due to the fact of their position on the map, all right? And what I mean by that is kind of like right over here. Do I have a marker on me? I do have a marker on me, actually. So, like, if we're looking at this over here, right? So, if you've got the Mediterranean, okay, and then you've got, like, Italy right there, and there's the boot area. That's the Mediterranean Ocean, right? We've got some water right there. We've got, like, a boat right there. And then, like, that's Northern Africa. Actually, that's not like that. So it's like there's Spain over here, right? And there's Northern Africa. So the thing about it is Arab traders were coming from this general direction over here, coming from the Middle Eastern area. They could easily trade their goods back and forth with the Italians due to their location on the map, right? Mainly because China and a lot of the areas for these spices are down in this direction, right? Because this is the way to China and the Ottomans and the Indian Ocean as well. So all that stuff's down there. So they could easily trade it over the old Silk Road and easily like find their way back and forth on land. They didn't need to necessarily explore the entire ocean. But then you got guys like Spain and Portugal looking to break into that market. But the problem is they can't go through this direction. The Italians already dominate that area of the market. So they have to try and go where? All the way around, right? They want to try and go all the way around. Not the world, but the Portuguese actually wanted to try and find a faster route to Asia by going all the way around Africa, right? So, first and foremost, we got to talk about Portugal, right? Portugal is going to become the first other European to try and break into this trade market, okay? First stop for them is Africa, okay? Really, really quickly looking at this map, and some of you are like, he's moving way too fast. I'm trying to make this a little bit shorter on you. So, looking at this map, how many of you can actually point out Portugal? By the way, you might get a map tomorrow for another map quiz. Oh. So anyway, but who can point out Portugal around here? I'll wait. Very nice job. Lucas Dunn. That is exactly right down here. That's Spain right next door as well. So Portugal decides that it's going to have to try and go all the way around Africa, right? They're going to try and go all the way down around Africa, come back out, and then go to India, okay? So the Portuguese are going to try and attempt to map Africa to find a faster water route to Asia. The unfortunate part about it is that most of the Portuguese had no idea just how big Africa was, okay? So they actually ended up calling the southern tip of Africa the Cape of Good Hope, right? Because if you can make it to the southern tip of Africa, it's downhill from there. And once you pass that area, you can straight shot right up the east coast of Africa towards India, okay? So the Cape of Good Hope. Really, really quickly, underline Cape of Good Hope. That's the southern tip of Africa, okay? And the very first guy that's actually going to make it all the way around is this guy. His name is Vasco de Gama. All right, so Vasco de Gama, highlight his name or star it real quick, led 4 ships all the way around the Cape of Good Hope in 1497 to India. Some of you are like, 1497? Wait, that means that Columbus has already hit the New World. This is true. It was kind of a race to see who could find a faster route to Asia, right? The thing about it is, when Columbus hit North and South America, well, the Bahamas anyway, in 1492, they didn't need to worry about finding a trip to Asia anymore because they now had the New World to harvest their goods from, right? So the thing about it is Portugal is going to go all the way around. They're going to hit that. They're going to go past Cape of Good Hope, go to India. Fun story. Don't let me forget to tell you a story about Vasco da Gama tomorrow. Just remind Mr. Terry to tell the Vasco da Gama story. Now, on the trip back, though, about half of his sailors died from a disease called scurvy, right? So, and scurvy is where you don't have enough vitamin C in your diet, okay? So, however, the spices are going to sell for tons and tons of money. They also brought back precious stones and different, other materials that sold for quite a bit of money as well. So, after Vasco da Gama's voyage, the Portuguese made a trading empire that went all the way around the Cape of Good Hope. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stop there. We're not trying to cover that much area right now. We're just trying to get Portugal out of the way. And then tomorrow, we're going to talk about Spain and their ventures into the New World as well. So, bang. Wasn't that painless, right? So, but that's it, okay? So we're going to wrap it up here. We'll talk about some more stuff tomorrow with the Age of Exploration. So, y'all have a good day. Don't let me forget to tell you the Vasco da Gama story, all right? Y'all have a good evening, Camden Catholic.